Okay. It's loading. Step 1. Will we get visuals? Here we are. The first game in like 2 hours we've been able to join. Gagarinen against Sound of Snow. Battle Trance against Harmony. Actual Gwent gameplay. I know, I'm shocked. Unbelievable. Gagarinen mulling into a red haze. Should be pretty reasonable in this matchup at some point, right? That usually goes pretty tall. 2 games you get to spectate? Oh no.
I'd give my right hand for marinated herring.
Oh no. Non-zero chance there's just no YouTube video out of this tournament. It's just been such a mess. We'll see how the finals goes. Mess is what makes it enjoyable. Oh.
Fill our hearts with roar.
One arrow, that's all I need.
Anyway, Svalblood Priest comes down, gets poisoned. Just make a tournament breaking compilation. I feel like that would actually burn the CDPR bridge. Remember when they said it was stable? Those were good times. Poison completed on the priest. A gigantic point gap here in favor of Sound of Snow. Isn't Water of Broccolon a trash 12p without Mystic Echo? Not particularly. The numbers on it are fine. Compared Waters of Broccolon like a round 3 portal.
You annoy me.
Puts into play 2 engines, plays for 8. With your leader, it's playing for 10 immediately. Pretty sure Water of Broccolon is still the best Harmony card. Harmony's really heavy on the poisons. And Forest Whisperers too. What the card's called? Yeah, Forest Whisperers. Let's compare Water to Larva. Dragalarva's a pretty nutty card.
If this is me now, who was it before?
Important is Defender in Battle Trance. It lets you sneak your scenario through Heatwave in some matchups. It's not the most important thing, but it's pretty nice to have. Gagarinen meeting the Water's Push with a Draco Turtle. Here's the Grimace to try to protect from the poisons as well. Yeah, it works with Priest as well, sure. Protects Turtle from stuff like Heatwave as well. Deck has a lot of Heatwave targets.
Humans above, beasts below. Don't know which is worse.
These Dryads are gonna get pretty big. Already 10. Gets +2 here, +2 here, +2 here.
We'll show you how blood spilling's done.
Friends Amazon. I'm not sure who they are in Twitch chat.
Daisies stand tall, dead dwarves
Ooh.
high.
Takes the poison on the defender. Don't think Gagarin minds purifying it. There's not really any punishes. What's it doing? Stopping a rebuke? I guess there's 2 more poisons that could happen if you purify it, but you have the Gremist in reserve. You have to poison the Gremist.
Modern Freyr is
No, looks like he is letting the defender die.
Exact or sacrifice!
I guess having the priest survive is a big deal. Even just the 1 extra turn means now the priest's not in rebuke range. I like that. What does Gagarin want to do? He could play the Mardro, the big Mardro. Yep. Up to 19 goes the turtle. 7-point priest. Gagarin looking to take back his card.
I kneel before no one.
Nice Jiffa the defender. Yeah, but he doesn't care about the defender. Like, defenders blocking rebuke. There's nothing else that's really targeting Dwarven skirmishers, I guess. But, like, there's no heat wave that he needs to protect the scenario from. Maybe you want to protect Preacher from rebuke. Anyway, Sound of Snow playing out his leader, gets the Gezras. All of a sudden this push getting pretty scary. There's no elf for the Barnabas. So critters. These are both Harmony procs though. Does that just be like Heat Wave on Gezras? Migeti? Migeti's pretty sad. Besides the Heat Wave to Gezras. Big oak critters, getting the bleed value, triggering all 4 harmonies. 24-point gap. Leader plays for 9? 12? That's how that works. Plus 3 on the turtle too. And Nero can get... Sorry, Nagrad Sucrose. Red Haze? Red Haze kills the harmony. Okay, Grimace Purify the bird. No rush on the leader. Leadering turns off the turtle. Probably play the Barnabas here. Get your harmony value. You're missing elf, but whatever.
Yes, I'm on it.
And that does break up the best Red Haze. Red Haze now only playing for 10 instead of 11. 49 to 78. Looking to find 30 points. Leaders 12, 13, 14, 15. I think this forces the Getty. Red Haze appears to be a couple points short. 27. We need 30. If this had 1 more armor, I think it worked. But unfortunately, the turtle losing its armor here. Unable to just play the Red Haze. Did he have to leader here? If he didn't leader and then Preachered into Mardro, he gets an extra 2 Mardro off the thing. No, it's just short. It's really close to working. Wait. No, I think that works. I think he could have saved the leader.
Family and business just don't mix.
Because you get the 4 points from the preacher, you get an extra 1 from the other preacher, because you have bonded. You get an extra 2. 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe. Wait. It might be 1 short. It's really close. Anyway, what is this? Is this actually a win for... Okay. Okay. Harmony with the lukewarm hand loses round 3 to Skellige's similarly lukewarm hand. That was the most 2021 Harmony game I've ever seen. Harmony with a scary looking push and then no points to back up the short round. Will Harmony be able to get through? Gagarin has to get through with... Is this the Aglais Forge deck? Yeah. We saw this deck a little earlier. Another pretty spicy looking list. Getting a bit of a bit bigger long round. Also enables a sort of unitless plan for Dwarves in round 3. Push down to a short round 3, go Thunderbolt Aglais, and beats most decks if you can get into a spot like that. Yeah, we're gonna try Harmony again.
Like a dwarf to get you out of a tight spot.
Kick a volunteer, draw a volunteer. Kicks the volunteer again. So what, just really wants to pull those with Justice. Also kicks a second Marauder. Interesting. Deciding the Berserker pings are better than the bonded value on Marauder number 2. Xavier getting an engine down. He could move it off of the melee row and then damage it with the other Trained Hawk. Do you need the movement for anything else? I guess like the movement could kind of bully Broover later on. It's kind of a big deal. But Out of Snow might just want to establish the couple of Harmony units in his hand. Yep. Gonna be moving that off the row. Now, notably, this thing does still boost while it's on the ranged row as long as it has armor, but it no longer gains armor when the Dwarves are played. So, it becomes much more reasonable to try to fight over the armor on the card. He's going to do that with a Rebuke. Choosing to save the second Trained Hawk, possibly to move Broover off of his row. Gagarin and mousing over the Zoltan. He's planning on pushing around too. Deploying the Resilience here isn't that crazy. I kind of like it. He does know there are poisons though. So playing it a little bit later. Might make the plays more awkward for Soundless now. Here it is. Holding on to that TA. Doesn't want to give a juicier poison target to Soundless Snow. There we go, poison comes out. You could see a defender here to try to, save the resilience. Starting to get to be an expensive blue coin hand, but plays another card. Nero for your other resilience. Councils for later. This deck actually plays Council for Aglais. Amazing. Could see a Nero Justice. Yeah, okay, that's what he's doing. Besides, the resilience is less important than just playing a bunch of points here. And I mean, to be fair, if Sounds of Snow goes for the poison, that might just be a tempo pass. It's only playing for 8. The poisons don't trigger Harmony. 30-point gap here makes doing anything kind of hard. Anything from Hotline Miami is queued. The Hotline Miami soundtrack is a rough one to just request anything off of. I feel like there's so much variety in there. You have no idea what you're gonna get when you request something from Hotline Miami. So, unfortunately, has all of his round 3 cards in hand right now. So is it just going to be a Nero for Zoltan's company with your first play? And then try to jam River. Carries over the poison. Yep. Statuses stay on the cards. Nope, Vitality carries over. I believe the only status that doesn't carry over is Resilience itself.
Feels like a big fate is passing day.
And I think that's like explained away in the tooltip too. Yeah, then disappears.
Your next move shall be your last.
Ooh, went for the miner instead of taking the company while he could. And now he's playing a longer round against Harmony, who still has Water of Broccolon, still has Leader. That's really scary. This game went from looking like a very easy win to a very easy win in the other direction. I'm a little worried now. Gridden has Aglais. That's true, but it's not that big of an Aglais. It's not like there's a Cyana. Aglais basically just means the Thunderbolts play for 12. It's great unitless value if you're going to a short round 3.
The wind whistles Willow's whip.
Life is fleeting, yet
Here's
life
the water.
is eternal.
We're gonna do Zoltan's company, got a nice bleed. He could have just played it. He had the Anero. Like, sure, it's second Anero, but I'm pretty sure that's worth doing. You already have the Aglais and the Thunderbolt in hand.
A wee hint. Dinny jiggleless.
I think it might have been the plan, but he played the miner before, and then got poisoned on his Zoltan, and now he couldn't do his thing. Harmony is just broken. Did you just wake up recently to me? Like,
Alright. That's no
you've been in a coma for the last year and a half? Not to judge, just...
You annoy me.
Just making sure you're okay.
Humans above, beasts below. Don't know which is worse.
Saskia's another elf. Has the dwarf in the defender. And yeah, it looks like he's just getting harmonied.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
It's been a while since I've seen anyone get harmonied.
There's a great deal. Nothing like a dwarf to get you out of a tight spot.
I'm really worried that just like random outsiders come into my chat and they think it's like a cult.
Everything all right?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The Peepo's cult.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Boom. Yeah, this Aglais is not big enough.
Lie still. Not
It's
yet.
not a terrible Aglais, just not the 60 points that he needed. Okay, Harmony gets through. So lastly, we've got Battle Trance from Sounds of Snow. Needed to get through the Dwarf Aglais. Sometimes Peepo trying to... That sounds like a good speedrun name. Have I used that one already? Here it is. Battle Trance against
Speak up. I
Dwarfs.
can barely hear over the sound of you drowning.
This is Sound of Snow's list, very prone to bricking, as he mentioned in chat before the series. Crow Messengers, Shield Maidens, Bear Witcher Adepts with Portal. Very sketchy mulligans. But it appears he has survived.
Can we go back inside now?
And now gets to use Portal Priests to win round one. So many peepos. There's so many peepos.
Come on! Who's fast? Fire up our loins!
Priest Adept assembled. It's adorable. Cannot argue with that. Yep, and Priest sort of just lives. 2 points a turn. Carryover established. Sound the Snow off to a pretty solid early start. Doing everything that he wants to do in round 1. He's done his thinning, got his engines online. Crow Mother has been played. Still can play Crow Messengers to finish his thinning as he plays down to 6. You'd be the eviction peepo. Very clean round 1 win there for Getty. Not where you want to be if you're a fan of the Dwarves.
Cut my paws off, I'll bite you to death.
Covenant of Steel.
Devil, obliterate all. Fill our hearts with wrath.
Sound of Snow going for the push. Might not be pushing all that much, but we'll see. We'll see.
Neath the ground rest countless wretches.
Defender's not really much of a commit when this Dwarf deck's playing so little interaction. Nope, he's going hard. Okay, there's the Getty. Let's go. There's the commit. What are you gonna do, Gaggerinen? It's the Defender.
Would you rather I crush your head or rip it clean off?
It's a Thunderbolt that would have threatened to kill the Gabor. He doesn't have a Zoltan for Zoltan's company. Just Berber here. Play the Gabor first. He's gonna have to play the Berber. I think you might as well get the extra points, right? This turn's the Berber. Play the Berber, minor the Rowdy Dwarf.
The favor's enough. Let's get to work.
Yep. And he should be able to survive here. Pretty good runestone. Pretty good runestone. But between the guards and the Brewer, it is going to be hard to meaningfully stay ahead. There's a lot of reach. That's it. As long as Sound of Snow keeps last play with the Morkvarg. Dwarfs aren't representing anything too scary with the Aglais.
Right.
Oh, wait, but he's... Oh. Yeah, about that not being too scary. Does All-in Leader work here? For Sound of Snow? So what, you get to Morkvarg the Defender, Leader the Adept, Leader the Morkvarg. Does Zoltan's company work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's getting 18 passively. That is big. Gagarin and Yoink's last play, and all of a sudden... All of a sudden there's last play for the Aglais. Now, Leader Saris is scary. There's the Aniro to guarantee it. Oh, there's the Thunderbolts. Got a Nero for Justice. Both players with some real good hands. Sure, and you can just Justice something else out. I think it just comes down to the Morkvarg not playing for what you need the Morkvarg to play for. If you Gigascorp the Gabor, the Morkvarg's not doing anything, just playing for 6. Just get Minor here. Minor adds to the Aglais.
Get your baldy-faced baby.
Oh man. Here's the Saris. This is the big play.
No rest, no reprieve.
It's just not enough. It's just not enough. Second Thunderbolt. And then this Morkvarg's looking real sad.
No prisoners! Lay them to the sea!
Let's see it. How big is the Aglais?
The only good human is a
Full combo.
Lie still. Not yet recovered.
Oh. Amazing. 46-point Aglais finisher. Not something that you see every day. And Gagarin takes it. Takes the match, takes the game. Advances on.
Black 2 on Emarva.
So we're starting off with the Skoya matchup. No Tortoise. Dwarf Aglais up against just movements with a Cat Witcher Mentor. Got the Mentor Sabertooth combo. Yeah, Rashid is out. Rashid lost a Mill Mirror and got eliminated. The qualifiers are pretty bland in comparison. Oh, I'm sure they will be. I'm sure they will be. A little more on the line. Nobody wants to take risks. She never played Pocket. Did not deck for it. I believe it. Yeah, generally. You might see like 1 or 2 lists that are a little spicy in the event, but they rarely do well. And there are very few of them.
a wee hint. Dinny jiggleless.
Go! Blathana!
These Magpiles. Magpiles are great. Remember when Kelly was just a Magpile? Those were better times.
Got a hearty hankering for Gwent.
Now we don't call Kelly a Magpile, we just call it a real deck.
Have you seen a fuse lying about?
It's a
meta breaker decks, you know for sure what you're gonna face. Yeah, especially for Conquest. I'm always a little surprised that no one's ever able to really exploit anything. It's usually just like minor techs and more conservative lineups that end up doing well. Not sure how much of that is like lack of effort versus lack of possibility though.
Double face!
Did he just...
Now you're in its text deep.
That just both hit... Okay. Okay. Yep. That's... Yep. Mm-hmm. That just happened. That did just happen. I mean, I'm rooting for the Dwarves as much as anybody else, but... That was a little disgusting. What now? Cat Witcher? Wanna play Cat Witcher? Pings the armor off of the Zoltan. There were a lot of plays on my radar. I don't think that was one of them. So I guess we're just gonna kill it with the Forest Protector.
Oh, you've done it now.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
So it gets the leader. That was kind of expensive. Pyro hitting Cat Witcher. Both Pyros hit the same Dryad Matron to kill it. Yep, out of 5 units. One of them being a 2-point foul, which just like black holes the damage. Malena will win the game. Malena's really good in this matchup for sure.
You'll never take one plowing stepmother.
Malena messes with all the dwarf positioning.
Yeah, I work for the Blues. Better than working for Trance.
Zoltan's company now. Brewer next. So he gets a couple turns on the Brewer.
The favor's enough. Let's
Doesn't
get
have an
to
answer
work.
from Malena. He has the pass button. The pass button's a pretty good answer. It's like not even the end of the world, right? Like he plays Malena, you can still play a guard.
We elves have our paths.
The Brewer's still doing
Don't worry
something.
about me.
I think you gotta get the guards out of your hand. Right?
All right, that's no problem.
So the Gabor. Guess I like that. What would the answer be? Is there even one? Not really. The Brewer loses the armor. play some guards. Be unitless round 3 with Aglais Thunderbolts. What are the Thunderbolts are in hand right now? So the unitless plan doesn't really pan out. You're gonna have to play 2 units. Oh, and there's gonna be a Gabor in play. Yeah, this is a weird deck for the unitless plan for sure. What's the song? This is The Edge of the World by Dragon Force.
Fighting me is like snogging a hedgehog's arse.
Yeah, Dragon Force has got variety in their discography. It's not all the same song, despite what many of their detractors would accuse them of. Come. So, card advantage. Double Thunderbolt in hand. Gonna be looking for the Isengrim's Council. Go like Cat Mentor. Council? Nah, it's the Skirmisher. That's what you do here. Lead the. Just lead on Gizras? Poker streamer? Probably never. Wasted for Dwarves. Yeah, I mean, he's down leader. I wouldn't say it was wasted. He got card advantage out of it. How crazy is ranged row Xavier? Gets Gatened. Does care about units in the row? Alone on their row. Does alone mean no other? I should know this. Does alone mean no other units and no other cards? No units. Okay, never mind then. Still gets boosted. Yeah, exactly. It still gets the boost, but it only gets the 1 armor. So the Gezras wouldn't knock the armor off. But this also works. This line's fine. Play Mentor first, I assume? No, Cat first? Okay. I guess Cat first stuns him out of units. That's sort of nice. Yeah, this is a lot of points. A lot of points on this Mentor. Prox Mentor, yep. Every time Tiger flips, the Mentor grows. It's gotta just be second Thunderbolt, right? What are you waiting for? Is there any value in doing anything else? You just lose the armor. Yeah. And then click the cat. Mentor gets bigger. Gives her ass moves. Mentor boosts again. Click the cat, play the Gaten. Kill the board, grow the mentor, have the points, win the game. Is winning though? I mean, I'm pretty sure this mentor is big enough. The Aglais isn't that big.
Judge me? How dare you?
Wee. Leader, he could get there. Maybe 10 more. No. Leader doesn't get him there. Leader could have been really good in round 2 on the Brewer. Maybe? I don't know. But just plenty of points left over for movement there. Did not fizzle out to the unitless shenanigans. Play 4 just because of the Dwarf play. Yeah, it makes the Dwarf half of the deck better, and it's still good with Sayana. Or good with Aglais. Yeah, Gorilla Tech is one more boost, but you make the entire rest of your deck worse to get that. Almost every card in that deck is a Dwarf. And the armor definitely adds up. Here we go, Patricidal Fury for Winholter.
Sacrifice.
Up against Gagarinen's Double Cross Mill. Doris instead of Forge kind of makes no sense. Kinda. The Forge armor definitely makes the deck a lot better. Play without Dwarves. Yeah, you could play a different deck, sure. You could play like Movement. Aglais. That's what I've done in the past. But you had a very different deck at that point. So what's going on here? This was Iroquois Patricidal up against Mill. I guess Tibor gives you something pretty good to play your Yoda into.
Anyone here to whom I can entrust my missive?
Traherne mills the boats. It doesn't say when a unit appears, it says when a card appears, I think. No, it doesn't say unit, it says something else. Yeah, whenever a card appears on this row. Follow. So Winholter's starting a little slow, just leading on the Flaminica.
The senses can be
We go rolls a mill card. No, I believe we know Raiding Fleet is the top card of the deck for Winholter. No tortoise.
Flog them into submission.
Ooh. What were the odds of that?
time to get our hands dirty.
Not very good. Well, that's kind of the nuts. They were just gutting slash it. Yeah, let's see what he's doing. Doesn't want to let informants get out of hand. Playing it super safe here. He can remedy. Pull that out of the graveyard and still get an extra mill, but now the informant and Q do not provide mill.
Here's our chance.
Yeah, Succubus sort of works that way, but... Oh, Gezros kinda too, yeah. But I guess that's ST. Milk card, yeah. Knew the raiding fleet was there, but... I have to get over it at some point. Beckers takes out the Joachim the Operator. So this great sword continues to grow. Winholter all of a sudden threatening to win uneven after that. Oh, Keldar. You can play Keldar early, and then
Where it doesn't belong.
you still get the Warfare bonus. You just don't miss out on the End of Turn ability. That's a better example. Takes out the Brothans. Greatsword is done growing. But Winholter with a barrage of Bear Witchers in hand. Who's the Joachim to get some points? Champion's Charge, not quite live. Could have lined that with a Bear Witcher if he doesn't care about winning uneven. I guess doesn't have an option to win uneven.
I'll cleave you into.
Bear Witcher just aligns that up. Cannot blame him focusing on school.
We follow Letho's lead.
Yeah, not having a backup plan too is just rough. Like, even if he's going to school and then tries to stream again when he's finished.
What are you gonna do, huh?
Just like being all in on streaming working out is really spooky. Especially if like you only get viewers in one game. I have Gwent streamers was high? Not really. It's kind of low actually.
A highly curious case.
Definitely not saturated. There's the skull. Yetta does get ahead? Yeah. So could play the Yetta, hold both tall removals, or you could just say you don't need 2 tall removals and take out the thing, but yeah, just get the Yetta down while the Yettaing is good. The league and divide by the average viewers. I mean, at any time, there's like at max 2 people, 3 people in the English language streaming with more than like 100 viewers. At least when I'm looking at the directory. I guess that might be different when I'm sleeping, but
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
Oh, that dance in a row. Not for me.
you're down. Still 10 cards in deck, not really a danger of getting milled. Yep, this is the finals. Winholter is up a game. Besides, he would rather keep the tall removals than be forced to play both. And with 10 cards in deck, I don't think he's too worried about losing his card advantage. Even if 4 mill cards get played here, every card is a mill card. Still gets to draw his 3 cards in round 3. Good. Winning leader is pretty expensive though. Ooh. Mata's pretty good. Does Mata draw a mill card?
For young is the night.
No. So, 3 more mills here. Puts him down to exactly 0 cards, assuming everything gets played. Can't have some juicy targets. Oh. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yikes.
I shall be your eyes.
Yikes! That's terrifying. Okay, yeah, yeah. And a certainly way it can go wrong. If he yoinks the Aniro as well, yoink the Aniro, Remedy gets an extra mill. Quacks, same idea.
You shan't get 3!
There's 2 more quacks. Oh no. Oh no. There's a minefield here. Oh no. That was a disaster. A disaster. So many points yoinked. So many cards burned. Deciding between Tibor and Remedy here. Tibor, Remedy, Stregobor. Deciding to go for the Stregobor. Now the Stregobor can die. That's not actually a mill card. That might have been useless in round 3. Yeah, but it's still giving Gagarin and Aniro. It does go into another mill. Getting the Aniro is sort of like milling too. We're killing the Stregobor, right? It's... Surely? And getting ahead. Okay. I mean... You're gonna get Vilgud at some point anyway, sure. Ideally, this pulls the quacks.
Mistake stars reflected in a pond for the
Pulls
night
a boat.
sky.
You can play a greatsword between the two. I gotta go around and play the Invo here. Does play the Invo. Is both cards enough? 6 and 6. Looks like it. Exactly. So into round 3 we go. And Holter drawing Quacks, Quartermaster, and Hernkuduk. Sort of just loses to a Tibor, but... Unfortunately, unable to mulligan the Quacks. this a mill tournament? I don't know.
Ah, hear it when they run.
Get a bear witcher.
Double the coin and consider it done.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 4 and 3.
Bloodletting.
7. Yeah.
Her grace will not be
Not
pleased.
even. I guess you can kill the informant. But pretty sure a Nero into T-board just takes it. Oh, it doesn't even pull. Oh, interesting.
The sticks spin around and smash.
I was unfamiliar with the interaction. Huh.
Long live the Emperor!
Yeah, Gagarin takes game 2, getting through with Mill. Now we're going to see Patricidal up against Mahakam Forge for game 3. Typically a good matchup for Dwarves, but this is a very weird Dwarfs list and a very weird Patricidal Fury list. Not actually sure which is more weird. Aglais Dwarves or Quacks SK. Deck, it makes so much sense. It makes sense. I think so much is giving it a bit more credit than I would, but it makes sense. It's doing some cool things. What time is it? This is game 3 of the finals.
The moral drink with our forefathers!
Quaxicle's highest provision costs. If we find the quacks to ruin the brewer. Nope. Nope. Not trying. Typical boat start. We missed every other game. Yeah, yeah. At least you get to see the last game.
Blow the horn! Clang the gong!
No, leading on the Herkia instead.
Right! Come on! Who's fast?
Leaves the boat, setting up for the Protector to come down next to it. Second Marauder for that bonded vitality. Raiding completes the boat before playing the Protector. Gotta imagine it's coming down next turn.
Have you seen a fuse lying about, have you?
You get to knock the armor off the Pyrotech. Remove a little of the value from the click.
Ever danced with a daemon in the light of the full moon?
Let it go first. Sure, sure. It's kind of a Protector. It's a more expensive Protector. I could play in for a nice 8 tempo. It's rather respectable for a 6 provision engine.
Freya's bulwark! That's what we are!
Yeah, and here we got a pretty solid engines going for Windhalter. Took a while to get everything established, but 4 or 5 a turn. Gets the TA to herk you up. Berserker pings lose value everywhere. Looking pretty good. Start playing great swords next. Assume great swords are harder to find value on than mentors. Especially against dwarves that have all this random armor. Oh, the negative point berserker ping. Okay, more to the Dwarven berserkers. Yeah, I don't like them either. I haven't played them in a list in a while. They're nice against a Rocket Storm, but that's kind of it. There's so many matchups where the random pings are a liability. Like against line pockets, a random ping is worth like half a point for most of the game. Shouldn't have pinged the armor. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. This all looks fine. I don't think he's in any danger of losing the round. Yeah, I think Berserkers and Monroe are fine if you're building a lineup that wants to be good against Arrakis, but not a fan of them on ladder. And not a fan of them in like normal lineups. This game is kind of over already. Is it? I really have no idea what is going on. You could tell me that either player is winning this right now, and I think I'd believe you. I'm bamboozled. Brewer's gone. I guess Grandma's is a big game here. Grandma's ruins all the resilience. Just gets ahead. That's really good. It's really, really good. Doesn't mean he can't play the Gabor now, but still get Sultan down. He'd probably be able to keep his card too. We're quite a bit bigger than Yura.
Not you again.
So, Defender's Purified.
Hi-ho.
Probably the last turn the Brewer's buffing. What do we do here? Can like leader lock? I guess that's what he's doing. I guess that's what he's doing.
Get it when they run.
Fourth card of Winholter, Becker's Mirror. I guess this is looking pretty good for Winholter. The leader on melee does kind of ruin everything. Unfortunately, no Purify Dwarf. When are we getting a Purify Dwarf? That's what we need. NR doesn't need a Purify. We need a Dwarf that purifies.
Next time it'll be personal.
Rooters to remove Champion's Charge is a possibility. What, next you go Zoltan's Company into Zoltan? Embarrassing looking Mahakam Guard into Zoltan's Company. Because he wants to get a card.
What are you gonna do, eh?
I don't know. Does he have to all in on Aglais round 3? He got leader. I can see with leader being gone, just being able to win with whatever. More restore flexibility. Yeah. I think the main reason you're playing it is the ability for it to play for tower removal.
Dancing around. It's not for me.
There's a lot of matchups where Becker's is basically a heat wave. Like when you queue into Vi, you'd much rather have Becker's than Restore. Have all the answers. Because having all the answers for Dwarves doesn't actually win the game. The Dwarf deck just has points. Like, the leader's really scary. Like, being able to block their melee row is something you have to be really careful of in a long round 3, but just having, like, a bunch of 1-for-1 tower removal doesn't necessarily win you the game.
I'll protect it, alright?
Yep. And then just another guard takes the round.
What happened? That's a poison.
And Gagarin yoinks this card back. And now with last play especially, things get real difficult. Imagine we're kicking the miner. Maybe kick the Barclay. I guess Barclay might be worse. Council, you kick the Aglais, and there's a Thunderbolt. That should be it. One of the bolts gets heat weaved. What is this? 8. 20. Resilience doesn't find 0 value. If he passes, he gets to play Resilience unit.
Double the coin and consider it done.
Yep, it's open deckless. Guards get worse and Barclay get worse, but like as you saw there, like he got leader clogged on the melee row and was still able to find value on guards and Barclay. It's not impossible, you just gotta be careful. In a longer round 3, it's only easier. Here is the Aglais. Last stage, GG. If he loses last stage, it doesn't go in on the Aglais. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's definitely a closer game if he doesn't lose last play. But like, it's not guaranteed by any stretch.